The tall woman wearing a bikini, brandishing a beer, the billboard of a woman with diamonds around her neck, and a caption that reads, "Now it's his turn." Hordes of half naked women chasing a man who has just sprayed cologne all over himself. These are all examples of the negative portrayal and sexism against women we see in advertising today. This is creating a social norm that says it is okay to think of women as lesser people, to look at women as objects, opposed to people, and that promotes violence against women. This type of advertising is teaching our children to think this way and reinforcing the mindset in the people that have grown up seeing these ads. We must let it be known to advertisers and marketers that we no longer want sexism against women in our advertising. Now let's find out if I stand alone in this theory, or if people around me see the same thing I see. Alright, so do you feel that women are portrayed negatively in advertisements today?
I would say yes. I would say that most advertisements I see with women in it portray them as sexual symbols, like always exploiting their assets, as in like. And I would say that that's negative advertising for women, because in the work world you can't just be flaunting out there. You know what I'm saying?
So what do you think needs to be done about this?
I would think that people need to stop consuming products that use this sexual advertising.
Do you feel that women are portrayed negatively in advertising today?
I would say yes, they are portrayed negatively in advertising. The advertisements really exploit the women's body a lot. You always see women running around in small clothing during these advertisements, and not only that, you don't see a lot of advertisements where women hold power. Like if you see an advertisement for a doctor or a lawyer firm or something like that, it's always men who are portrayed as the doctors and lawyers.
What do you think needs to be done about this?
I think that people should stop buying into the commercial and advertisements so much for these products. Like say, if there's a product where it's exploiting women for there's a commercial for beer or whatever, if we were to stop consuming so much and stop buying into this advertisement so much, the company would eventually have to stop or try a new angle to get us to buy.
Do you believe women are portrayed negatively in advertising today?
Yes, I do think that women are portrayed negatively in advertising today, because they're basically just portrayed as sex objects in commercials and magazines and TV.
And what do you think could be done about this?
I think that there needs to be more women involved in the executive boards of companies, and they shouldn't put any women in advertising that are just being portrayed as sex objects.
Now, what other ways could we use women in advertising?
You could portray them as smart, intelligent human beings with more to offer than just sex objects.
Okay.
Women are absolutely portrayed as sex objects in the media. And if you want to change that, you have to make a conscious effort has to be made across the board amongst males and females. Especially, we have to change our psyche about how we look at the female, the body, and the person and the spirit. The advertising companies themselves need to look at their executives and really make them put forth an effort to start, maybe using their minds a little bit more, and thinking on how they can portray women as maybe in more powerful roles, and exploiting their intelligence and using that to sell instead of just using their bodies. And that's amongst women, and women have to take credibility themselves too when they go audition for these TV spots or these advertisements, and understand how they're portraying themselves. I mean, you call an orange, you call it what it is, and it's hard to separate. It's hard to separate a stereotype if you keep personifying that same stereotype. So I think that the men and women across the board just have to go ahead and change. We have to provide a better outlook on women as a whole, and as the contributors in society, and the mother, the earth, and the seed.
In the 1950s, Whisk laundry detergent was campaigning using sexism in its advertising. Women were so disgusted with what they were seeing in their ads, they stopped purchasing Whisk. Whisk almost fell off the market until they realized what was going on and corrected their mistake. We must reach out to advertisers to make them understand that sexism in advertising must come to an end. Boycotting products and stopping consumers from purchasing products that are marketed using sexism could be the long-term goal, but we must first make our voices heard. We must go to the media and share our opinions. We must go to the media and share our opinions. make it well known that people do not want sexism in their advertising.